Hey, sis. Welcome to Women and the Nervous System. My name is Rashida, and I'm your host. I'm a life coach empowering women to set boundaries, break free from people pleasing, and build lives rooted in self love and authenticity. This podcast is where we slow down and explore the truth about how stress, survival, and the nervous system shape our everyday lives as women, and how we can continue to come home to ourselves in the process. Today, we're diving into fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. These survival responses our bodies choose when safety feels at risk. And we'll be looking at them through a feminine lens because people pleasing and overgiving aren't personality flaws, they're nervous system strategies. So let's get into it. Have you ever noticed how your body seems to make choices for you before your mind has a chance to catch up? Maybe you were in a conversation and suddenly your throat closed up or your mind went blank and you froze. Or maybe you felt yourself saying yes before you even realized you wanted to say no. It wasn't you being indecisive or too nice. It was your nervous system stepping in, doing exactly what it was designed to do, to keep you safe. Today, I want to slow down and explore fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, the four primary survival responses. But we're not just going to run through the definitions. We're going to look at them through a feminine lens because women's survival responses don't show up in isolation. They're shaped by culture, by family dynamics, and by generations of being told to stay small, agreeable, or silent. So let's go ahead and settle in. This episode might feel like a mirror, and I invite you not to judge what you see, but to notice with compassion. Your nervous system is like a guard standing watch at the edge of your life. It never stops scanning for safety, even when you're asleep, even when you think you're relaxed. It's quietly asking, am I safe? When it perceives a threat, it doesn't check in with your rational mind. It reacts instantly because speed is survival. Now, a threat doesn't have to mean danger in the obvious sense. A eyebrow raised, a sharp tone, someone withdrawing affection, a sudden silence. All of these can activate the same pathways in your body as if you were face to face with physical harm. The nervous system has four main ways it responds: fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Each one is wired into your biology. Each one exists to keep you alive. But here's the challenge for women. These survival codes often get mislabeled. A woman in fight mode is called too angry. A woman in flight mode is called too anxious. A woman in freeze is called cold or lazy. A woman in fawn is called a people pleaser. What's really happening is her body is trying to protect her, But because we don't name it that way, women end up shaming themselves for what their bodies are doing to keep them alive. So let's walk through each one slowly and with care. Fight says, I see the danger. I will protect myself. Biologically, fight mobilizes energy. Your heart rate increases, blood floods your muscles, your jaw tightens, your voice sharpens. You're ready to defend. But for many women, fight gets shut down early in life. So maybe you were told, don't you raise your voice. You need to stop being so dramatic. Girl, you just too much. So you learn to tuck fight away. Instead of becoming a boundary, it became an inward storm, resentment, tension in the body. That voice inside that criticizes you before anyone else can. But fight is not the enemy. Fight, when reclaimed, is sacred. It's the energy that lets you say, this is not okay. I deserve respect. I belong here. Pause for a moment. Think of a time when you finally spoke a no that had been sitting in your chest for years. Your hands may have trembled, your heart may have pounded, but that was the fight showing up to protect you. That wasn't aggression. That was your nervous system rising to say, I matter. And when women reconnect with healthy fight, it doesn't come out as destruction. It comes out as sovereignty, as boundaries, as clarity. Flight says, I can't fight this, but I can escape. When flight activates, adrenaline surges. Your body wants to move, to run, to get away from what feels unsafe. But in daily life, escape doesn't always look like running out the door. It can look like staying busy endlessly, overworking, overscheduling, packing your calendar so tight there's no space to breathe. Sometimes flight looks like perfectionism. If I can just do everything right, I'll stay ahead of the pain. And here's the thing. Society often rewards women who live in flight, the ones who never stop moving, who handle it all, who are tireless, who are endlessly productive. But beneath the applause, many women are running, not towards a goal, but away from stillness, because stillness feels unsafe. If this is you, let yourself hear this. Your worth is not tied to how much you do. You don't need to outrun your life to deserve peace. I want you to pause here and invite you to take this exploration deeper. I created a free self-love journal starter kit, and it's more than just pages. It's a space for you to sit with your own survival patterns, to see them with compassion, and to begin gently rewriting them. Inside are affirmations, guided journal prompts, and practices designed to help you build safety in your body. Because understanding these responses is one thing, but making space to reflect on them personally is what brings real change. You can grab it through the link in the description, or go to my website, theselflovevault.com. It's free, and it's my gift to support you as you listen. All right, let's continue. Now, Freeze says, I can't fight, I can't run. The safest option is to go still. Biologically, the body shuts down to protect itself. Muscles lose tension. The mind goes blank. Emotions numb. It's like the system powers down until danger passes. For women, freeze often looks like silence. You wanted to speak, but the words wouldn't come. You wanted to act, but your body didn't move. Freeze can show up as procrastination, as indecision, as feeling disconnected from your own needs. And too often, women call this laziness, weakness, failure. But freeze is none of those. Freeze is a body choosing stillness because action feels unsafe. If you've been stuck in freeze, hear this. You don't unfreeze by pushing harder. You thaw gently, through breath, through small, safe steps, through reminding your body we're not in danger anymore. Fawn says the best way to survive is to keep the other person happy. This is the response women know deeply because so many of us grew up in environments where safety depended on pleasing, on smoothing tension, on making sure everyone else was okay before we were. And so the body learned if I overgive, if I soften myself, if I make them comfortable, I'll survive. In adulthood, Fawn looks like saying yes when you're already exhausted, apologizing for things that aren't your fault, explaining yourself in circles so no one misreads you, putting everyone else's needs above your own. Fawn is not a flaw, it's survival. But survival is not the same as living. The work isn't to judge yourself for fawning. The work is to see it, to thank the body for protecting you, and then to practice choosing authenticity instead of appeasement. The opposite of fawn is not selfishness. The opposite of fawn is truth. This matters because the women carry double weight, not only the survival responses themselves, but the cultural shame layered on top of them. We get told our fight is dangerous, our flight is neurotic, our freeze is cold, our fawn is weak. And so we mislabel ourselves. We say, I'm broken. I'm too much. I'm not enough. But these responses are not brokenness, they're proof of resilience. What would shift if you could see your fight not as anger, but as sacred protection? Your flight not as avoidance, but as energy seeking safety. Your freeze not as weakness, but as a pause for survival. Your fawn not as weakness, but as a learned brilliance that no longer has to rule you. So, how do we move from survival into thriving? First, we name it without shame. Instead of, why am I like this? You can say, "This is my nervous system protecting me." Next, tune into your body. These are body responses, not thought problems. Ask, what does my body need right now? Next, send safety signals, slow breaths, a hand over your heart, moving your body, reminding yourself, "I'm safe in this moment." Then we transform the energy. Let fight become boundaries. Let flight become movement and play. Let freeze become stillness and rest. Let fawn become empathy with edges. And lastly, seek safe spaces. Healing happens in relationship, where your body learns it doesn't have to perform to belong. Take this in slowly. You are not weak because you fawn. You are not lazy because you freeze. You are not broken because you flee. You are not too much because you fight. These are all ways your body kept you alive. And now, as an adult, you get to thank your body for its protection and remind it that survival is not the only story anymore. Pause here with me. Place a hand over your heart and whisper, "Thank you. Thank you, body, for keeping me alive. I am safe now." That's how we begin to heal, not by erasing our responses, but by honoring them and then gently choosing new ways forward. As you sit with what we explored today, take a moment to write about this. Which of the four responses, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, did I notice most often in my own life right now? How has it tried to keep me safe? And what would it look like to thank my body for that protection while gently practicing a new way of responding? Let your pen flow without judgment. You're not trying to fix yourself. You're simply noticing, honoring, and inviting your nervous system into a kinder relationship with you. My free self-love journal starter kit is waiting for you with affirmations and journal prompts to help you reflect on your survival patterns and to reconnect with your truth. The link is in the description, or you can get it on my website at the selflovevault.com. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. We're building something powerful here, and I want you to be with me every step of the way. Until next time, be gentle with your nervous system. It's carried you this far, and it's ready to bring you home.